Okay. Hi, I'm Jason, and I'm the Space Mountain Ride, ladies. Woo! With me is Karina.
Space Mountain's always broken and I better see.
Oh,
Yeah.
am
All
I
right,
broken?
he's what 40, so his
He's
penis should
I'm
be
not
bigger than
40
mine
yet.
too.
Understandable.
And Marky. I guess Marky's gonna finish his bullet review since y'all or YouTube lied to us saying, "Oh, you have more than 15 minutes." Maybe it's only for uploads. I
Death of Spider-Man, it's good. 8.5.
don't know. Okay.
Ultimates versus Ultimate Avengers, which is part of Death of Spider-Man. It's written by Mark Miller, which means it gets a 9.
I have a rant about Marvel, but I'll do that later sometime.
I read Widowmaker issue 1. I think the whole series is done now. Widowmaker's really good, so I hope the whole series stays good. It gets an 8. Black Hair, I believe this is the final issue, issue 14. It gets a 7.5. I haven't opened it yet, but that's a pretty fucking badass Superman cover. I know that's not Superman, but whatever. Fuck you, bitch. Touch the back of my hair.
That is. Who's this little? Like?
I don't fucking know.
Sam.
Here we go. While I'm at it, speaking of dead, I don't know what I gave it earlier, but it gets a 9 now. Power Girl gets a 9. That gets an 8.5. All right.
Okay.
So here we go.
So we're caught up to what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about Young Justice. But
I grabbed issue 0 of the comic.
Well.
Are we going to be talking about? We can't see.
No, that's been like.
No, you only have half space. You gotta see up a little bit.
Like there's a naked girl, right? Like if I would turn this around, you'd see
you gotta
a
get
naked
your
girl.
whole face in the video.
Like it's kind of sad.
Like this.
That's ridiculous.
All right.
I'm like
So
for the graph.
Young Justice, we're going to be talking about. Holy crap! She's a naked juggling woman over there, and it's amazing, folks. But Young Justice, are we going to be talking about the TV show and the okay?
They run into each other.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
So since I've only watched episodes up to 3, I'm going to be asking you some questions.
Are you whelmed? Are you whelmed by the episodes that you've seen?
No, not really.
Do you have a heavy dose of Aster, maybe with this?
Now, my question is, I heard that the comic book kind of ties in with the TV show.
Yes, it takes place in between.
In between.
Like, issue 0 is in between episodes 2 and 3 of the show.
Mm-hmm.
2 and 3.
Hey, we got the other girl popping up. All right, so now who are the main characters of the show? Like, who is Young Justice?
Robin, which apparently is Dick Grayson, even though he's dressed as Tim Drake.
Okay.
It's been done in a different universe.
Yeah, it takes place in a different universe where Dick Grayson dresses as
Tim Drake. They wanted to modernize his character.
All right. So we got Robin. Who else is there with them?
Aqualad, the black one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. It's something crazy because it's, whatever language they speak.
Aqualad.
Kid Flash.
Kid Flash. Is he still the annoying Flash? Kid Flash.
Yeah, he's basically I find him fun, but he's the annoying one.
So basically, he's the same one as Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Wally.
It is Wally. Okay.
And Artemis.
Artemis.
No, who?
Speedy.
Female Speedy.
Oh, they do have the female Speedy.
Yes, and they have the male as well.
The male started off, and then he didn't want to be
he didn't join the team.
No.
Oh, okay.
To join the team, he doesn't want to be a sidekick. But now they have female Speedy, Artemis, who joined the team.
Does she have AIDS in this show?
They haven't mentioned it. I doubt they will.
No, but you know that there's something going on with her.
Yeah, there's something weird with her. You know that. There's Megan or Megan.
Megan, yeah.
Who is Miss Martian.
Now, have they showed her as a white Martian on this, or is it she's still just like a green Martian?
Just a green Martian.
Okay.
Superboy. Yeah.
And he's the clone still?
He's the clone of Superman.
And Lex Luthor, or have they not said
They haven't
about
said
that?
anything about Lex Luthor, but he does seem to have psychic powers, which is kind of cool.
And is he, now, since it's no longer Tim but Dick, is he Dick's like best friend? Are they becoming good friends, those two?
They seem to go off on missions together, but they're not best friends yet.
Superboy's kind of still like...
He's a dick.
He's like angry, he doesn't know what his place is, and he wants Superman to love him. Superman doesn't want to have anything to do with them.
Who
Now,
else is there? There's
that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Superboy, Megan, Aqualad, Wally, Artemis, Robin.
And there's no Beast Boy, thank God, right?
no.
No.
Hallelujah. Now, there's also people from the Justice League because I've seen them in the first
Yeah,
couple.
Batman gives them missions.
Batman's basically their mission leader.
Mm-hmm.
Their trainer is
Black
Canary.
Now, is she with Green Arrow?
Yes, she seems to be,
Cool.
and she's their combat trainer,
Yeah.
which is awesome to watch her beat the
No
shit out of
Wildcat?
Super Boy. Wildcat so far no show. Red Tornado is, I guess he's in charge of them.
No, they kind of made him with no soul, like he's just a
He's
robot.
an
like a
android.
robot, yeah.
Which is kind of fucked up because in the comics he has a soul.
But he's still an android. They haven't really gone into a lot of depth on this character yet. But basically the kids call him Soulless. But I don't think he is.
Okay, so what issue is Young Justice at?
It's on issue 1.
Issue 1 of the comic just came out, but episode 7 of the TV show is out. The comics take place in between issues.
Did issue 1 is still in between?
I think issue 1 might be in between 3 and 4. It's kind of weird because in the end, I'm not sure, but it might have featured the Joker.
Wow, Joker's in it.
Yeah.
It might have been the Joker.
Probably.
I don't know.
Wow.
They kind of like get tricked all the time too. If they don't know.
Favorite character?
Robin.
Oh, for both of you, it's Robin.
Well,
He, as far as the TV show goes, he has a word per episode, which is kind of funny. You kind of got to pick them out. They're always kind of just odd words.
like, well.
Or aster, which
Aster
is supposed to be the
disaster.
opposite of disaster.
What else was there, Mendon? Oh yeah, alpha traded.
There's others. Basically every episode that he's in.
Concerted, yeah.
Yeah. Concerted.
Now, do they make Aquaman like the dumb person like they do in Batman?
No, he seems to be quite intellectual.
You don't see a lot of Aquaman.
Yeah, he seems to be
Aquaman,
kind of.
yeah.
He's the king kind of Aquaman.
Like, you should see this naked girl be doing sit-ups over there. Like, oh my god, she's doing sit-ups. Naked girl sit-ups.
With the show, you also get episodes featuring around at least the last episode didn't even feature the
Robin.
team.
Really?
Like Robin was absent. He was supposedly off training or fighting with Batman. You know, he was off with Batman. It really featured, Dr. Fate.
And Wally.
No, is Dr. Fate's new sidekick in it? The chick
No.
from
This
Justice
was
Society?
old man Dr. Fate.
Oh, how do you know that? Okay.
Yeah, Kent, and he's like 112 or something years old, and Wally ended up actually becoming Dr. Fate. He put the helmet of Naboo on.
And he was able to keep it on.
Yes.
Ah.
And then he took it off, and the old Kent said that he would stay alive.
Spoiler alert.
Whatever.
Yeah, so,
But kind of, it was one of those weird episodes that featured an old character. It was kind of cool.
so if you had to go between Young Justice and the previous TV show Justice League of Teen Titans, which one would you prefer?
Young Justice by far.
I didn't watch a lot of Teen Titans, but of what I've seen of Teen Titans, I do like Young Justice better.
Oh,
I think Young Justice features a larger crowd range for age.
Yeah, because Teen Titans did feel kind of for the younger things. But
Yeah, like Young Justice, I don't know that they intentionally made it for an older crowd, but it seems a lot easier for
less chibi animation.
for us to watch it.
It seems to feature anywhere, I would say, from probably the 8 to basically adult range.
Yeah.
Where Young Teen Titans seems more like the 5 to whenever.
because like the comic book itself is usually sent Young Justice comic book, which Marky has 0. It is mostly featured for like the younger kid audience.
Yeah, and you can tell they're trying to focus on the kid audience, especially with the
And you're
comic book.
picking it up. how when you read it compared to Teen Titans, the comic book.
I actually don't think that it's that much more childish than the Teen Titans book.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I think that the wording is smaller, easier to read for a younger person. The animation is more cartoony.
Yeah, the animation definitely is more cartoonish. It even seems more cartoonish than the cartoon actually is.
Yeah, it actually seems further cartooned up
Like
than the cartoon.
You can tell in the comic book they're definitely trying to focus on the younger crowd.
Yeah.
But it's the same storyline, so people that are watching the show should definitely read the comic book because
It's almost
you're
like
missing things.
it almost feels like if you're reading a comic book, that if you were to buy, say, season 1 of the DVD whenever that comes out, seems like this would be a special feature of filling in the blanks.
Oh, that's pretty damn cool.
Because it really does take place in between episodes. Yeah. So it would really fill in. You're like, oh, I wonder what happened here. And it tells you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a companion to the show.
Huh.
So
I think that the comic seems sound. I personally would give it an 8 because I don't know if it could support itself without the show. But it's still sound.
If you don't watch the show, there's really no point.
Now, can the show be supported by itself without the comic?
The show doesn't need the comic. The show, I would, at this point, I'm ready to give the show a 10. Because I actually think it's the best DC cartoon to come out within since Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 I've seen I thought was better than Teen Titans.
The only thing that might give it a run is maybe Batman Beyond. Probably the second season.
Yeah,
and
it's really good.
They keep up with the different characters, right? It's like
it's like each episode, especially right now, is kind of focusing on a different character. So that if you don't know who they are, which I don't know a lot of them very well, besides Robin, it's like they give you info on them.
But the best part is they don't exclude the other characters while they're doing, say, like an Aqualad episode. They're not going to say, well, we don't need Superboy, Robin, or Artemis in this episode. They still include those characters and keep them as a team, which I found most of the Marvel or DC cartoons in the past kind of exclude the other characters when they're trying to do a characters episode.
Yeah.
But this one seems to keep the whole team group together.
Except in the comic book.
Yeah, the comic book is very focused. It'll pick an episode to focus on.
So when the TV show is like the season's over, the comic book will continue, correct?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
So
I'm
that'd
not
be a
writing
good
it.
filler while you're waiting for the.
I would hope so. I hope they continue it. I actually think it's slightly above the reading level of most of the other kids' books. Actually, sadly enough, besides maybe Darkwing Duck, which seems slightly higher, which I read as well. So, I'm not sure exactly where the book's focused. Basically, I think you have to be a fan of the cartoon to understand the book.
Yeah, I don't think there's any point in reading comic books if you're not watching the show.
So basically the comic book needs to go with the show.
The comic book has to go with the show, I would say, but the show doesn't have to go with the comic.
So if my daughter would read this, she'd be like, what the hell? She didn't read the TV.
I would think that she would be lost.
Oh, that's a good thing to know, people out there. If you do decide to get Young Justice, watch the show. And you could download it, watch it on Cartoon Network. It's available everywhere. Yeah. So
it's filler in between episodes.
Yeah. So you got a minute and a half, or basically a minute, closing thoughts on the show and comic book. Marky?
Well, I think I already graded them. I think I gave the comic an 8 or an 8.5, which I'm sticking with. The show probably a 9.5 to 10. I like I said, I think it's the best DC show since either Batman Beyond or Batman the Animated Series.
Frida?
I would agree with those comments.
You mystery woman that's naked over there? Oh, she's giving thumbs up. Oh, where is she putting those goddamn thumbs? Wow, she's putting them way up. Say hi to the crowd so they don't think we're lying about a naked girl over there. Oh! Alright, well, see you guys later. Bye-bye.